It's 10 trivia questions on what do those letters stand for from listener Ben Merritt. This is Trivia with Buds. What it be, and welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. Thanks so much for checking out the show and giving it a listen with your ears on this fine day. Hope you are having a great 4th of July weekend if you're listening to this episode in real time when it came out. Or I hope you had a great 4th of July 2021 weekend if you're listening sometime in the future. Remember, you can subscribe so you never miss a new episode, and I typically try to put out new episodes every day. There are certain weeks where I get backed up with the virtual trivia hosting stuff and corporate shows and things, but I do as many as I can. So just be on the lookout for new episodes as much as possible. You can support the show at Patreon, patreon.com/triviawithbuds, and you can leave an iTunes review for free anytime you want to help get more eyes and ears on the program. Thank you so much to the 281 people who have done that over the years. We are jumping into a episode today from Ben Merritt, who provided some other questions for us a month or two ago. And Ben sent us all about acronyms. So like, what does the N in DNA stand for and things like that. So if you like those kinds of riddle/trivia questions, you will be A-okay with today's quiz. If there is a round of questions you want to write, maybe you want to come up with 10 juicy ones on your favorite MLB team or your favorite, I was going to say Marty McFly movie, but I meant Michael J. Fox movie, or maybe you just love the color yellow. You can send me all those quizzes anytime you want, ryanbuds@gmail.com, and I will record them for a future episode. Ben sent me a nice email and said, what it be, we're loving the show and telling all our trivia-loving buds, in quotation marks, about it. Keep the sweet content coming. It gets us through all the car trips we take both hither and yon. Thought you and your listeners would like this quiz on what does it stand for. So that's what we're going to do today. And we're going to jump to those 10 questions from Ben Merritt right about now. Here we go. All right, here we go, guys. This is what do those letters stand for? Question number 1. Many websites use JPEG files as they can be compressed without losing quality of resolution. What does the E stand for in the graphic file format JPEG? What does the E stand for in JPEG number 1? Question number 2, what does the M stand for in the classic television show MASH? M-A-S-H. What does the M stand for in MASH? What do you think, number 2? Question number 3, the Village People sang about it in 1978, but George Williams started it in London in 1844. What does the C stand for in YMCA? What does the C stand for in YMCA? Question number 4, as a kid, you might have collected money for UNICEF while trick-or-treating. What does the I stand for in UNICEF? What does the I stand for in UNICEF? Number 5 on your list, scuba is a type of underwater diving, but it's not a word, it's an acronym. What does the A stand for in scuba? S-C-U-B-A. What does that A stand for in scuba? Number 5. Question 6, the RIAA operates an award program for records that sell a certain number of copies, including platinum and gold. What does the I stand for in RIAA? What do you think? Number 6. Number 7, your bank account is likely to be insured by the FDIC. What does the D stand for in FDIC? FDIC, number 7. Question 8, you may not know that NASCAR is a privately owned company. What does the S in NASCAR stand for? S in NASCAR, number 8. Question number 9, when buying a house, you may see a listing with the abbreviation FSBO, pronounced FSBO. What does the O stand for in FSBO? And question 10, the CPU is the brain of your computer. What does the P stand for in CPU? Number 10. What does the P stand for in CPU? Those are all of your questions for what does it stand for from Ben Merritt. Hopefully you did not have a PU round like the CPU in that last question. Hopefully you didn't stink it up. Hopefully you knew them all. And we'll be right back in just a second to see how you did. We are back with the answers to what did it stand for. Thank you, Ben Merritt, for supplying these questions. Here's number 1. Many websites use JPEG files. What does the E stand for in JPEG? Experts, as in Joint Photographic Experts Group. Number 1 is experts. Number 2, what does the M stand for in MASH, the TV show and movie? Mobile, as in Mobile Army Surgical Hospital. Mobile Army Surgical Hospital. Number 3, the Village People sang about it in 1978, but George Williams started it in London in 1844. What does the C stand for? In YMCA, that is Christian, and the rest of it is Young Men's Christian Association, YMCA. Number 4, as a kid, you might have collected money for UNICEF. What does I stand for in UNICEF? That is international, as in United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, UNICEF. Number 5, scuba is a type of underwater diving, but it's not a word, it's an acronym. The A in scuba stands for apparatus, self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. Number 5. Number 6, the RRAA operates an award program for records, and that is the Recording Industry Association of America. The I stands for industry. Number 7, your bank account is insured by the FDIC. The D stands for deposit, as in Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC. Number 8, you may not know that NASCAR is a privately owned company. What does the S in NASCAR stand for? The S in NASCAR stands for STOCK, National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing. Number 8, stock. Number 9, 2 more here in your answers. The O stands for owner in FSBO, for sale by owner. FSBO, the O is owner. And number 10, CPU is a central processing unit. The P for number 10 stands for processing. And there you have it. A couple more bonus ones from Ben. He said NATO is a international military alliance there, and the T in NATO stands for treaty, as a North Atlantic Treaty Organization. FEMA is the Federal Emergency Management Agency, and PDF file. The P stands for portable, as in portable document format. So just a couple extra ones from Ben for you to think about. We have one more thing for you called the Fact of the Day, and the fact is that leeches have a brain in each part of their 32 body segments. 32 brains in a leech. Maybe that's why we use them in certain types of healing for things. They have more brains than us, so to speak. And there you have it. Thank you guys for listening to today's episode. Thank you so much for telling a friend about this little trivia podcast, and we'll see you next time for more trivia with Buds. Cheers!